Welcome to Destined to Soar, a television news magazine that is dedicated to highlighting entrepreneurs and community leaders. Please join me in welcoming a returning guest. Ms. Keisha Lee is the CEO of Annie Malone Children and Family Services, where she has been for the past year or
Almost a year.
almost a year, but she's been there about four total, and you
Mhm.
have just been doing a phenomenal job. So
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. Welcome back, Keisha.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, always, always. Your work is so important and vital to this city that anytime, you would like to come on, you are more than welcome because you serve our most vulnerable population. So just tell us about Annie Malone and the services.
Yeah, it's all of us in this together. That's how I see
Mm-hmm.
it. But the services that we offer, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't know what we do beyond the parade. So
Mm-hmm.
that voice, so thank you for giving me a platform to say
Sure.
that. We have a 24
Mm-hmm.
hour crisis center at Page Union.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my babies, all of my
Yes.
babies. But
Mm-hmm.
that program is for kids. Like we get calls in the middle of the night from
Mm-hmm.
social workers or cops, kids that parents may have overdosed on drugs, have been killed, or just in a bad situation. They bring them to us. We keep the siblings together, keep them in
Yes.
homeschool. They get new clothes, new shoes, everything. But
Mm-hmm.
it's also a respite service for parents too. I always say there's no
Mm-hmm.
handbook to parenting. So
Yes.
we get calls from parents and they're just at their wits' end, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we're like, just bring the kids to us. They fallen on hard times.
Yes.
And just because a hardship doesn't equal neglect. That's one thing
Yes.
we have to make clear. So just because
Mm-hmm.
someone is evicted from their home or something doesn't mean that they're abusing and neglecting their kids. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a safe space where they bring their kids. They can come get them anytime they want, do outings with them and everything. And we help the family
Mm-hmm.
get stabilized. So we refer them to our parent education advocacy program. So that's reunification for parents. We're going to court
Yes.
with them, doing intensive at home. We also do prevention work for
Mm-hmm.
parents that are at risk of getting their kids taken. Do we
Yes.
do things through diaper bank,
Mm-hmm.
triple P parenting models, what we follow.
Mm-hmm.
We have parent cafe. It's a very strong program.
Yes.
And then we also
Mm-hmm.
have our teen drug abuse and prevention program, our safer
Yes.
program. So we go
Mm-hmm.
into schools and we do teen drug prevention as well as treatment
Yes.
inside the school. And then we also have
Mm-hmm.
an evening program where they can come to us or we go pick them up. I say come to us. We pick them up. It's free transportation. We feed them dinner, and that's more treatment in the evening for teens. A
Mm-hmm.
great program. And we also have another program coming down the
Mm-hmm.
pipeline. A lot of
Yes.
people know about our K through 12 therapeutic school, but
Mm-hmm.
I think Annie Malone has been able to stay in existence for 135 years because our ability to pivot
Yes.
and meet
Mm-hmm.
the needs of the community.
Mm-hmm.
So the K through 12 therapeutic school, we're changing the model after this year. Right now, we
Yes.
have a lot of crime with our youth. So what we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do is move towards this level up program that's
Mm-hmm.
going to combat that crime, sort of give the youth a
Mm-hmm.
stable place to stay, more like a boarding school model. And we're
Yes.
building economic mobility with them. And all
Mm-hmm.
of our services have free therapeutic service. Free therapy services. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I can't
Mm-hmm.
talk today.
You're
Free
fine.
therapy
Yes.
services, but the level up program is really it's a game changer. I think it's a game changer. They
Yes.
come to us on Sundays. They're doing
Mm-hmm.
laundry
Mm-hmm.
on Monday through Friday during the day. We're get tutors. They're going to go to like different fresh start programs to get their GED, pass their high
Mm-hmm.
set test. In the
Mm-hmm.
evening, it's more trade model. They're learning stuff to get a job like shipping and receiving
Mm-hmm.
and forklift, different things like that. And then also they're learning to prepare meals themselves, like healthy meals, how to
Yes.
cook and prepare for themselves. Then on
Mm-hmm.
Fridays they get ready, they go back with their parents. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are like, well, why are you doing it where they go back? Because family is everything to me.
Yes.
Keep that family component, and it's not a prison.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like more of a boarding school model.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to make good decisions without someone standing over you, and that's what we
That's
want to.
true.
That's what we want to
Mm-hmm.
combat. We're not here to split
Mm-hmm.
families up. We're not here to, you
Mm-hmm.
know, always do the foster care. We want to prevention. It's prevention
Yes.
services and meet
Mm-hmm.
people where they are, and it's no
Mm-hmm.
judgment zone. So
Yes.
those are
Yes.
some of the good things that Annie Malone
Mm-hmm.
has.
Mm-hmm. And I would say Annie Malone has a lot of great things going on there. And and when I think about the community service model
Mm-hmm.
for the city of St. Louis, there are not a lot of programs that do what Annie Malone
No.
does. That serve children. From 6 weeks to 18.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. We do. And it's right here in the thick of it, in the heart of it.
Yes.
You don't have to call some hotline or something. You need immediate services like Annie Malone. It's right here in your neighborhood.
Yes.
That's the good piece of it that I really, really love. Like, we won't sit out somewhere else and then say we're helping this. Like, we're right here in the thick of it.
Yes, yes. And it was a testimonial that you told me about earlier this week with one of your students that was in the crisis program, you know, who had never read or had never been to school.
Yes. So just an
Yeah.
example of the type of things that we encounter is that we have an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old in our crisis program right now. They came to us and they have never been to school.
Yeah.
So we were able to enroll them in school, and they don't know how to write their name and read. So the NAACP of St. Louis County gifted us gift cards around right after Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I got to get these babies some leapfrogs or something to help them write because the school is calling us. And I was able to go to Target with those gift cards and get $300 worth of like the books and everything they need to start learning how to write their name. Just those type of things that we don't even think of with our kids, but it's kids out there that have never been to school. We potty train, but it's partners like that when people gift us with gift cards and stuff that goes a long way.
Yes.
When they register for parades or participate or donate to Annie Malone, like, this is what you're helping. Stuff, those unrestricted dollars that grants and stuff don't pay for.
Yes, yes, that is so true. And you spoke to the need as well, that, you know, you're serving a highly vulnerable population, and we can't always put their pictures out because the kids are at risk, you know, even of exposure.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm glad that you're coming on the show to let people know these are the cases that you're dealing with every day, of kids who, you know, have been abandoned, or the police find them and they just bring them to your center 24 hours a day, anytime.
Yep. So that's why we're also looking to expand our crisis center, because we constantly it's constantly full. And it tells me that the need is great and we have to pivot to meet that need. But those stories and those testimonies are powerful. You never know who you're helping and in what capacity. If we get kids, sometimes they don't have shoes on their feet.
Yeah.
And it's about $159 to keep a kid overnight in a crisis care in a safe environment. You never know what they're running from or anything like that. It was one time a mother came up and she had on like some shorts and some stiletto heels and a nice shirt and 2 little boys. It wasn't my place to judge her at all.
Right.
That maybe that's all she had before she ran from wherever she was coming from. That's all she had to grab. Or maybe she is going somewhere else and bringing the kids. But guess what? The kids are safe. They're not at home alone around guns or fire or nothing. I've had people come up there and they see me and they know me from high school or college or something like that, and they drop their head. I'm like, no, don't drop your head. Hold your head up.
Right.
I never know when I may need these services. And it's confidential. That's the piece about you just talked about. It's confidential because it's their story. It's not mine. I can give you testimonies, but I can't always put people in front of a camera. That's their story. And would you want your story told? But just know you helping somebody. It could be your neighbor, your cousin, or anybody. You're helping a family. You're helping kids. And like I say, it's stuff that people don't understand. It's unrestricted. We have to pay for. A lot of parents are fighting to get their kids back from the system for whatever reason. They may not even be non-offending parents.
Right.
But the lawyers, going to court, transportation to get there. It's things like that. The cost of eggs and milk went up. Try feeding a ton of kids that way. And people people that's coming to service, like our price go up too. But what we do, it's impactful, it's powerful. And it's God's assignment. I feel like I'm on.
Yes.
He said, he never said it was going to be easy. He said, trust him. And that's what I do.
That is so true. And you do that so well. And so as we speak to the needs of the agency, what do you all need to be successful at Annie Malone?
To be successful at Annie Malone, the need is more so the funding. It's the resources. It's the resources. I got a call the other day. Someone had looked at the needs that was outside for Lysol and stuff, and we had a shipment coming. And Procter & Gamble does a shipment, but it's more the dollars that pay for stuff like that we're not able to get. So when you out shopping, I tell people, when you're out shopping for your own child or whatever, go over to that clearance rack. If it's wintertime and you see some shorts on sale, some Nike shorts, get those $5 shorts because shopping all season is cheaper, but we always need that. Kids come to us and they don't have. The season about to change, school's about to be out, but also the experience. If you're in a position where you can donate tickets to the Cardinals or a hockey game or skating or something or movies, like this is stuff that we would love to take the kids to, but also the donations with the funding that pays for gas, maintenance, different things like that. Our car was stolen from the crisis center. Now we have to get a new car. Things like that when we have floods, bedding. So those unrestricted dollars, but more so the funds help us expand our services. Right. That you can't really say, I need this, this, and this. But when you give more money, now I got extra funding to take that extra kid, that family of 5 or that family of 4, or when a grandmother goes into the hospital for a surgery or something, she's a caretaker for her grandchild. Right. We can keep the grandchild in the same school, clothes, make sure everything is fine, take her up there to see the grandmother, everything. Those extra dollars, when they run out, that's what that helps. Yes. So the funding that comes through and the donations, that takes us a long way. It's easy when we're out of units or we're a full bed. No, I can do that if I get the funding. I can do more.
Okay.
Children experiencing trauma often look for a safe place to call home. At Annie Malone Children and Family Services, we take care of kids in crisis. Our compassionate staff become like family, sometimes for only a day and sometimes for much longer. When you donate to Annie Malone, you are making a difference in the lives of kids in the St. Louis community. So please give to Annie Malone today at anniemalone.com to help our children reach their destiny.